Oh, that moment where I was not on screen. I was not on screen and I didn't have anything set up. Let's see what happens, shall we? I'm waiting for YouTube to hook me up here as well with a link to the stream. There we go. Oh, that was taking a while. So, welcome everyone. Hope you enjoy as I try and do this. We're gonna see about just getting some work done. Oh. I'm just finishing posting stuff. There we go. So, let's get around to stuff. I'm gonna be trying to create more stuff. We'll see what happens. I'm doing alright, thank you very much, Joel. Nice to see you here. I'm gonna be interested to see how this comes out. Based off just how this looks. It's going to be a bit crazy. I don't need to do it in like full detail, but just enough. So fun times. I think for this we'll make the block like too high. Just gonna see how that looks vertically. That actually doesn't look too bad height-wise. We'll take that. What I'll do is I'll make sure I've got that as a an extra block. We'll just scale that up. Roughly about there. And then we'll go from there. So I'm going to use that as like the measuring block. Or at least one of them. And we've got Frisk down here as well, just to compare these. About there, roughly. For this first bit. If anybody comes in and starts asking what I'm doing, I can at least describe it to them after this. Like, so anyway, decided I'd be crazy and just do this. With this in particular, I think I'm probably gonna bring this round. Or have it, like, I don't know, it's awkward. It's because there's a bridge there, right? There's a rope bridge that literally goes to nowhere. Let's just try and first get this kind of like blocked out, as in like figure out where everything should be, how it should look, sort of scale of things. I reckon that needs to be a little bit further away, like there maybe. And then on top of this, we've got another set of blocks. So these are roughly going to be about the same height, right? And then we've got a couple that are like this going along, and we'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they go over to like here or something. Especially because of this, we'll make the maybe make a bridge that can lead to a house. Maybe. I don't know at the moment. Like, I'm just trying to figure out the main path, and then we'll go from there. Because like, doing a lot of this stuff is really confusing. Like, I've seen a load of other people do Undertale 3D stuff, and it's just confusing because there's a lot of interpretation. It's all open to interpretation, as in like what details you want to do, where you want to put them. It's kind of awkward. I reckon this one on top here is going to be like this. It's kind of like another built-up area. And then we just build this up a little bit. If I can just get like lower Snowdin blocked out, then I'll actually be kind of happy. just because of me being able to then say, like, okay, this is kind of how I want this to look. Right, this here, let's put that there, right? At least we know now, in terms of, like, scale, all of this stuff looks pretty much the same. I say that, and then this is, like, half of that. So, it's weird how, like, the Undertale Yellow devs give this place a lot of verticality, but then it just goes nowhere. Like, it literally just goes nowhere. So for half of that is, like, that. That's still pretty high, but, like... I would love to see, like, development for this to show off where it's actually meant to go. That would be interesting for them. So we do that there. And then we'll drag a couple of these around and start, like, blocking everything in. That looks like it meets up there because we've got an overhang there. So you got this going on, and that just continues on, but then it goes up? Strange. It's like, basically we have this sort of setup, and then you got another one of these over here, right? I've seen this already done in, I think, Steam? So we've got something like that. But then it immediately cuts off there, which is really weird. All I can think about there is that between that area, it goes back like this, maybe a bit. And then we just have that go around. It could be interesting trying to give this, like, a lot more 3D depth as well, you know, later on. I feel like that might go round like this. And we got the same over here. We can see what looks like an overhang because there are two bits there that look not exactly the same. So we've got, like, that. Hey, Classic, how you doing? So we've got this kind of thing going on, where it's not, like, super high, but it's kind of high. So this is going to be maybe over here. Remember, I've still got to, after doing this, I've got to mess around and try and, like, make these into shapes and also get the scaling. So this is just kind of lightly positioning things at the moment, so I get an idea of where they should and shouldn't be and how many blocks we're going to need to scale and do stuff. Doing good, Classic. Thank you very much, by the way, Classic, for leaving comments as you normally do. I always take time to look at comments, so it's nice seeing familiar faces. Ah, here we go. So this is going to be like... That's going to be a block that's right near the river. That's interesting. Because the river runs through there, right? And that's a much taller block. I think it's that one. Yeah. If any of this shows up in render, it's going to be interesting. As in, like, if the distance fog doesn't cut it off. Right now, I can't see the same over this side, so we'll assume all this in between is just like forest. We do have a little bit more though here, so we've got like around here we got this giant set of blocks here, and then we got the river that runs through and goes all the way up near Martlet's house. And it's implied that Martlet's house is the one that's surrounded by all the trees. which is cool. We've not really got too many more blocks after this, I don't think, other than, like, this big one here, which is crazy. Because when you think about it, that's going to be absolutely massive there. I don't think just a set of stairs there is going to cut it, or it might just, like, go down. Because it's crazy how they have, like, a giant stone wall there, but then this is connected to it. Like, again, some of these rooms make no sense, and making sense of it is part of the fun. The craziness is that, like, after this, you can see the overlook here, and Snowdin just goes on, like, forever here. So it's pretty nuts. So I reckon we put this out there like that. And make that, like, twice its height. So we just... like that, right? And that's just for that section. And then the rest is just going to be trees. And then we have another, what looks like drop there. I don't know whether that's triple or not. Hang on. It looks like this actually goes up a little bit. I know this is double. This is double stacked, right? I'm trying to check. I think that might be like triple Frisk's actual height, or maybe double. But we know we've got that there, which means there's a height drop next to the river. Which means that this is raised. So is this bit, because that has to be straight. The bridge area there just has to be straight for it to match. And then after that, there's no other real height variation. So now we come to a point of being like, okay, how do we figure out the rest of this? Hey, Proof. How you doing, Proof, by the way? So we do this. That's where that's gonna come in. So we're looking at that for this at the moment. That's going to go back. I reckon as Snowdin goes up here, especially like with this, I reckon this area slowly slants upwards, which would explain the height difference there. And then it raises up there again significantly. Meanwhile, the rest of this is kind of like lower, or at least it will go lower. Which is interesting. And then we've got that other bit, which is a lot smaller, so we'll do that as like this. Yeah, I hope you're doing alright, Proof, by the way. Put that there. So now we just need to figure out like what the scale of this is going to be. Just relaxing before I go to bed. Do not blame you. Like, I've been absolutely shattered the past couple of days. It's mainly just because of me trying to max out everything, whether it be like working, looking after the kid. I need to actually start taking care of myself because it's not good for me. Like, the best way of describing it is I literally feel sleepy like most of the time. Careful you don't burn out physically. Yeah, it's nuts at the moment. I feel like all the time I'm fatigued. Or at least a lot of the time. And it's not nice. It's not nice because, like, I just want to stay awake. I want to stay awake so much, and my body's like, dude, can you just chill for a bit? I'm like, but I need this done, you know. Nuts. Let's just move this cube over. Oh wait, did I? Ah, yeah, there we go. Can we just have that as grayscale? Where's Frisk up in here? Okay, there we go. So that's... Is that on the edge there? No, it isn't. If I start trying to, like... do this. Make sure it's the scale. Being fatigued is normal when having a baby, but you tend to push yourself too much. Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm basically doing the 3D stuff as much as I can. And also looking after the baby, and I think that's what's fatiguing me. It also doesn't help that, like, whenever I get super warm, I just feel... Or rather, when I get warm, I just immediately go to sleep. Or start going into, like, a drowsy state, so it's like... That's just killing me right now. Wonder how big the path is normally up here. I take a measurement cube here, and we just measure the average bit of path. Array. -1? Gonna do 4. That's a sign your body wants and needs rest. Well, it's like... It's been like that for ages anyway. It's just like whenever I get warm, I just pass out or start trying to pass out. Which I don't like anyway. Like Jen's noticed that I'm just susceptible to heat. Like really susceptible to it, even if I don't want to go to sleep. But then like... It's just annoying for me when I'm trying to get everything done. Oh. That's not too bad there if I do that and then start from there. Actually, if I start pushing arrays all over the place, it's gonna be crazy. Right, so that's fine until the... Let's just like start marking out in green the correct bit. Oh no. That should be... I don't know how to change the line from like... Wait, can I do another one? Ah, there we go, right? And then we'll do that as green. Hey, there we go, right? So, body and brain have different ideas of what they want to do. Yeah. How's the waypoints going for the figuring camera angles? They could be the most time consuming. Vision maps are so amazing. Plus, you need sleep, don't overdo it. So, I suppose I can show you a little bit about what's going on, but I won't show you the proper thing, like, fully. So, Snowdin Town, I did previously. I've been hammering away at it. I had shown, I think, grayscale of this anyway. This is just like all the detail in Snowdin Town. And this is practically done now. This is all set up for camera and everything. I only need like small scenery on it. But because of the way that the distance fog works, it's kind of reaching around here and I can see like forever. So the whole point now is I'm trying to make up geometry that will go here, and we'll just make everything make sense. And I need to do the same over the other side, so I'm doing half Undertale yellow, half Minecraft level that the Minecraft group have done. So I need to like basically make these cliffs better, at least these ones. These couple here are fine, but I need to do the rest of these cliffs. And a lot of this stuff is going to be low poly anyway. I'm just like blocking it out and then trying to make it look decent. And then I can do like another set of like height details and other things all over the place to try and make that look better. But it's so time consuming. And what's even worse is me on a deadline, basically. Thick mist can help you with sight distance. Oh, I know that. Like, I could just throw in thick mist and just call it done. Or even probably, like, fake the hills. Like, we could just open up. Like, let's just save that for... I could probably just fake the hills, right? That's what I want to try and do, but it's a pain. Like, actually, no. Can I use some of the platforms I already have and just, like, cut them off? Because if I could do that, that'd be a lot better, to be honest. Like, let's take one of these platforms that I know is, like, relatively low poly. That's, like, faces 400, 600, 6, 1, 1000. Faces 300, maybe? The 300 one might be good. I'm just trying to, like, reuse assets in a smart way instead of, like, killing myself, basically. That one might do here if I rotate and mess around with it a bunch. Because, like, we have it there. And I want to make, like, some other different rock formations out of this. So I suppose what I could do, potentially, is, like, mess around with a node setup. Like, I know this is in the yellow trees section, but let me... I figure if I try and, like, populate an area with some of these rock formations and just, like, totally mess around with them, then it might be worth it. The problem is, though, after a certain amount of time, like, the same rocks being generated is going to look stupid. Where's that? Generate. Did you ever use a background scope for the PNG overlays? I have not done that. I have not done that. Let's see. Low trees, right? Geometry nodes. If I just make like a random one for the moment and just see what this looks like on them, because I need some way of generating terrain better, or just like faking it. Because I need stuff that looks decent, and then I can just do like a 2D background. Because I know some people are gonna be like, dude, why don't you just do it in 2D? It's like, that's what I want to do, but it's a case of I have to make the assets first, so then I can do it in 2D. It's not straightforward. Like if I just go bam like that, right? And that should then allow me to pick that out, hopefully. I just like... Where is that model? It should be. I love the way it's just not appearing here at all. Even though I've got it set up to pick from that one. Like, let's... Is the node group messed up or what? Or is it just like no... Oh, I see why. Okay, so... This is interesting. And it's an issue, right? They're randomly spun, which is fine. What I ideally need is like some sort of decent setup mixed with different height values. So like 1 there, like 0.1. And just populate that. I need this kind of like different variation. The problem is it doesn't look natural because of the way that they're done. Because like having that over there, it's just, I don't know, man. Like I could populate a little bit like that. Let's try distance 2. I could probably get away with that if I bring, where's the fog? Fog. See, because I don't even know, like, they're only just visible there. If I... Like, this is what's visible from there. That's the problem. Is I then need to, like, convincingly make stuff down here. At least I know I can kind of do that. Like, if I take another one of those and try doing kind of the same thing, will that work? Like, that one might be a good candidate. If I do that, and then slap that there and put this as random cliffs, and then have this geometry node set up be copied. Because then I can add like hills in the background to make it look like it goes on and on and on. You should rethink your approach to background scenery. I know you like it, but it sounds like you're putting in too much detail. Do you really need it for your project? No, it's like, the thing is, Proof. I get where you're coming from, and normally I wouldn't need that much background scenery. But the thing is, like, obviously if I'm here, and I'm looking and I see holes in the geometry, that's not going to be good, and you can see it from there. Like, there's a clear line that goes across. What I'm trying to do is, I want to build this up so I can make it, like, 2D. So it's not, like, there properly, it's just, like, faked. I want to do that, so it looks good, so it looks like hills in the distance. I just need to get to that point. No. Because once I have that blocked out, it's fine after that. Like, where we go? Because normally, random cliffs 2. Normally in games, what they do is they do like a 2D background, and that's what I'm trying to get to now by basically generating these randomly. Like, because you're not wrong, you are not wrong, but it's like I'm trying to match up with sprite detail, just so it looks the part. No. Oh, crap. What the heck has happened here? Oh, sick, you're doing a 2D back. I'm trying to get there. What is even... let's do 0.5? 0. Okay, so let's try 0.2 for that, and then just... Because the idea is to try and, like, make the background look as though it's just got no holes in it, like that. Like, hang on. Because, like, if I can do that... See, because now there's no holes in that. It looks like there's geometry there, that's fine. I just need to now take that and make that like a 2D background. So if I just make that a set of meshes there, we can just slap that under. Join. Oh crap, wait, I need to convert those. So if I don't convert to mesh, it's gonna kill it. Join, and then we'll just do like file, export. The thing is, you're not doing a game, you're doing an animation. No, the thing is, like, I've mentioned this before because people have said to me, like, dude, what's the deal? Like, certain shots, you can't see anything, or you might not be able to see anything. It's like, but I don't want to take that chance with every other area. There's stuff around you so that I can do any shot without having to recreate stuff later. So it's like, everything needs to be sealed in and needs to be looking good, so I'm not coming back later on and going, you know what, I could use this shot having a background in it for this scene or whatever. Don't want to have to come back and remake stuff later on, you know, because like, if I was doing it and I was really, really focused on like what shots I wanted, like say it's like, oh, I don't want to show off this, I don't want to show off that. If I had shots planned out fully like that, then I'd be like, okay, we're not having a background there, we don't need it, so therefore it's time wasted if I'm working on that, because I don't know, because I might turn around and be like, oh, this shot looks cool, but then later on I might see like a film or an anime or whatever and be like, oh, but that shot looks really cool, and then I try and copy that. If I'm missing something, I then have to go and recreate it, so I can copy those shots, or if I want to do a different shot. So it makes more sense to... Hang on. You know, that's a personal opinion, not a fact. You're dictating animation, and not they. Wait, what? Can you rephrase that one again? Background. Cliffs. I'm just going to open up just gonna save that for a moment. I'm just gonna open up the file here and see what it looks like. They want the animation how they want. No. That's the thing though. Nobody has said like how they want the animation so far. It's just me basically being like, look, this would be cool if I could do this or do that. Like, having this background is gonna look so much better. And why does it look goofy though? Like, for some strange reason, that just looks super goofy compared to how it looked in. I love the way in shot it looked fine, and now this is just like, no, it looks bad. Let's have a look. Oh crap, that's the pine. Oh, where is it? Snowdin 4. Like, cause in shot there it looked okay because of stuff. I think it's mainly because I couldn't see certain height messing around there. Let's try. Oh, it's joined together, isn't it? Crap. So I'm gonna need to. Oh, there we. Is that? Oh, there we go. So I can mess around with that if I want. The idea is to try and get something that visually looks interesting like that. The only problem is, I need that to be a different permutation. Named attributes, there are none. I need that geometry to be different. Right, let's see. I need that to just be a little bit more different. Maybe like that. Hey, Fabio. That moment, I'm just like trying to get this working just right. Let's try minimum 0.05 maybe? Just found out you can now get the Normandy from Mass Effect on No Man's Sky again. Oh, nice. Right, so if I do that at that angle, then if we go from like there, that's not bad. I just need to make up slight sections there, which is all good. In fact, instead, I can either do it as a full 2D if I want. Like, let's just save that for a moment, right? I can either do it as a full 2D, or I can just have it as a 3D and then cut off the back sides. Let's join it for the moment, and then we'll just sort of decide which ones we don't want here. Because this is another thing that I've seen as well, is you can just have meshes like this where you just decide, you know what, I'm just going to completely get rid of, say, like, oh, it actually depends on the, right, the height value from behind. Just pull up a picture of Mount Fuji. Oh, that'd totally be a thing that I'd do. Just sneak that in somewhere. But yeah, we can do something like that, right? If we wanted. The problem is, we've got a couple of polygons in the background that just are meh. But at least we'd have some 3D detail there. Whereas, like, if I did it a different way... Actually, we could probably decimate that as well. You know, to lower the polygon count. Problem is, I don't want to lower it too much. Although, that I might actually get away with that. That might actually... Because you don't, like, I bet on your end... I bet on your end, you can hardly see the boxiness of that geometry, right, from here. Like, on your screen, you're probably squinting and going, dude, what the heck are you even on about? I can't even see half of this. Oh. Just, like, mess around with that a little bit. Barely the top. Yeah, so if I, like... I put that there. The low polyness of that. I love seeing the wrestling spam on your Discord. Too funny. Oh, the wrestling spam was great. Like, I enjoyed that. Early 2000s wrestling. If we do that, right? And I keep that at that distance, then all I really need to do is just a little bit of extra. Let's go. Hey, average. How you doing? What we can do is, as well, because we decimated that and put that in there, we can go ahead and create another 2. Where are they? There. I'll create another 2 of those. Let's do background cliffs. I had a few GIFs left in my backhands as proof. Dude, the amount of freaking times I try and find GIFs for The Rock versus Stone Cold, and I can't find any. That was annoying. It's like, they definitely made The Rock the heel of quite a lot of matches by the looks of it, or at least in GIFs. Cliff. No, wait, why am I doing that when I can just like... Oh, yeah. Hang on. Fake cliffs. Google's your friend. Yeah, I had to search them. I had to search them still, but then it's hard to find more of them. Let's put that in there, right? I haven't generally figured out how to get out the gimbal lock on Sans model. Wait, what? Huh. Interesting. Right, we'll do another mesh, or another 2 meshes, and we'll just slap them over here, right? Because I need them to be pretty much over here. We're gonna fill this area in and do the same thing. I'm just gonna decimate the hell out of these rock faces because they'll make no sense otherwise. And what we'll do is we'll start from about here. We'll go over to here. We'll take that and we'll just go add geometry nodes and then random cliffs. Ugh, why is it giving me like a billion of them? That moment where I'm suddenly greeted with like 4 million polys for no reason. I don't know why. What about the other one? Ah, this is weird. Why is it suddenly turning around and being like, so your density is like a billion? Ah, that's weird. One? Okay. What are you doing this time around? Doing the background? Seems like dozens of stacked polygons because the model and the wireframe overlap. Yeah, that's destruction. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the background. Essentially, I'm just trying to create cliffs. Now, for those who don't know what's going on, I'm trying to just generate random cliffs here. I could just copy and paste the same cliffs, to be fair. I'm just trying to do a different geometry node setup just to see if this is gonna impact anything. Why is like this is totally messed up? I did not have this like this previously. Unless, hang on, I think I know what it might be. Doesn't decimate lower the polygon? Yes, it does. Can you lower the density of the fog and make it white? I tried doing white. It doesn't look as good. Literally does not look as good. So I ended up using kind of like a really light blue. It looks better than the old version of Snowdin at least. But yeah, the thing is, it's like if I do like that, it at least gives it a little bit of depth. Can you at least show rendered? I can do that. Wait, is decimating actual 3D modeling term? Yeah, for this, basically decimate is a modifier. I was going to explain that, but I got distracted. Decimate is a modifier that allows you to just literally take away detail. I think I did this before with the cliffs and then just So like with the modifier here, I'll show you in a moment. We're going to grab all these cliffs like this. I don't think I want to do more than one line there. That's why the lower density gives it the milky look through though. Taking away unnecessary polygons and adding nothing to the actual model. So like for instance, decimate on this, right? We've got a model set up with all its wireframe and everything that when we look at it normally as, you know, it's a cliff face, or it will be a cliff face. You can't see it because of the lighting and the fog. But what we can do is we just do decimate, and decimate then allows us to unsubdivide the model if we want, as many times as we want, until it's got like basically no polygons left. Or we can do a manual collapse decimate, which just is really messy, but for the sake of this, to optimize as much as possible, we can just crank the polygons down as much as we want, if we want. It's so funny. It takes away the polys and messes around with the smoothing a little bit, but the thing is, you can actually kind of get away with it. Depending on what your instance of it is. So that reminds me, I meant to ask you, did you try getting Unreal Engine 5 yet? Yes, I messed around with Unreal Engine 5 a little bit, and then was like, this is way over my head for the moment. If I want to learn Unreal again, it's going to be when I don't do anything like this. But yeah, I like Unreal. It's fun, it's just, at the moment, my brain is just full of Blender stuff. It's like, No, I had UE5. I had it, and then basically it was just like, nah, I can't be bothered. And I ended up just, like, uninstalling it again, basically. I was like, nah, it's taking up space that I need for games and other things. So for, like, 2 seconds, I had it on my computer. We need a different seed here. I need to be able to not see this. Decimated version of the YouTuber model. That would be funny. I decimated the trees. Regression to SFM. It was funny. A load of people have said like I should just like try and do the project in Unreal instead. And while I probably would get better visuals out of it overall, the problem is I would have to swap the assets around, and while it doesn't sound too much, the assets are pretty jank, and Blender basically gives me a load of, like, ways of covering up that jank, is the best way of putting it, compared to Unreal, where I'd actually have to avoid the jank and actually do stuff properly. You know, so it's pretty crazy. I'm basically cheating a lot by using Blender. Let's try. There's like a ton of different cheats that I'm using here to make everything look not so bad. Feels pretty fitting now that I noticed the Dreamcast study, says Fabio. UE5 has Quixel. I bought Quixel originally before it became part of UE5. Like, so I'm familiar with Quixel and Nanite and all the other stuff. And it's just, yeah, like, getting everything running in it would be fun, but the thing is, like, one of my previous animation projects I tried doing in Unreal Engine 4, and it took forever just messing around with, like, tech stuff, basically, in the back end. Whereas instead in this, the most it comes down to is, like, shaders and maybe messing around a little bit with, like, this with geometry nodes and stuff. I feel like maybe I should up the scale on here to, like, 0.5, maybe? 5, up 4. Is Unreal a subscription-based software? It used to be. It used to be. But then they took that out, I think, for the newer one. Because Unreal Engine 4 used to be a subscription-based one. Dude, this making that background again is just rough. I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did on the other one. Let's just take this, and then we'll just copy that across. I'm just being really lazy here. We'll just mirror that. Actually, no, I can just rotate, because what normally happens is if you mirror it, sometimes it can just go totally balked. But yeah, Snowdin itself looks really good now. It's just like the sides that I have to get done. Let's see how that looks from about there, right? If I just go... Hang on. I need to... Okay, that's filled in. You can't really see what's going on, which is the intention. And then I just need to fill it with fake trees and some snow and stuff. Over here, though, that's going off into the distance. I need that to be fake. Just a little bit more around there, I think. Especially there. I need that filled in, because that's a gap in the geometry. And then this all needs to have, like, trees and stuff in. Let's try... Took that out nice. But yeah, Snowdin's looking pretty nice at the moment. Like, well, I'm close to having it done, which is why I'm so fatigued, like 90% of the time at the moment. Is because it's like, dude, I'm just pushing myself so hard to get it done. Like, it looks way better than the original version, I'll give it that. Like, I'm just so happy with how it looks. At the same time, I just need to get it done before Christmas, so then the only thing that I really need to do is the connecting bridge, and then it's all animating, which is fun stuff. I love the way this is like totally clipping through the geometry there. We'll get rid of that one cliff, because like, it just sucks having to repeat that over and over and over again. Maybe that one as well. Let's see what that looks like from over. Oh, no way, that's gonna be... Yeah, I think I can get away with that. But over there... Is there a hole in geometry there? No, there isn't. I just need the floor to be okay there. Let's see. With Undertale, I expect various comments like 0 out of 10, no fourth frogget, no snow puff check. Including everything but the wrong number song. Oh, the amount of nitpicking that's going to happen, you just know it. What I might do here is, because that's done there, and that doesn't look too bad. If I just lower that there, so we can get a little bit of height variation. If I just do that again over here with like 2 of these, because they're each like, nah. I love the way that the old version of this ran like ass, because it was running on like 12 million triangles or something. This hasn't even reached like 5, and it's running way better and looks way better. Oh. Let's... The best interpretation, I think, of the underground at the moment is the Minecraft one. And by that I mean the group that I talk to quite regularly, because they're really good at doing stuff. Basically, it's they're doing the map in Minecraft on a giant scale, and it is nuts. Like, it's really cool. They're doing it all so it looks more natural. I like the Dreamcast logo. I'm in a constant spiral anyway. What's going on? I'm making an Undertale AU animated movie. I'm just doing Snowdin now. Excuse me. The entirety of Undertale is a Minecraft build. Yeah, it's a really good build. I was talking to them literally just like a couple of hours ago because it was like, help, I need help with Snowdin. It's like I need help with Snowdin just to make the last of it make sense. And the devs were like, dude, here, just take some screens. So I've been happily looking at the screenshots for the version of Snowdin and be like, yeah, I can do that. Did you mean to say UndertaleAU? Yes. I may have just blurted something out randomly there that didn't not make any sense. I do not know whether I did or did not make sense there. Sometimes I just speak way too fast, so I'm like, oh my god, details, and then next minute I've said something like really stupid. Let's see, does that... There we go, that works. That works there. So the idea is this is then enclosed and it kind of looks like hills in the background just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cheat. We're going to cheat to the nth degree here. And it's going to be hilarious. And it's going to look decent. Because I've done it already. So what we do is we copy this. And we're just going to... Actually, no, I can scatter some other stuff around. I'll do this one, right? We'll just link that. And all we're going to do is just scatter this everywhere. How high did you put the fog number? Or is it in the snow sets? The fog number is, like, pretty thin. Just because the previous version was too thick. Like, hang on, I'll show you what the previous version of the fog was. Because, like, it was terrible. It was like, you can't see 2 feet in front of you. And now this one's like, oh, you can see a little bit farther. Have fun with that. I'm just like, oh, I now need to do scenery everywhere so that it looks natural. That's the only problem at the moment with this, is doing the scenery so it looks okay. Like there now. Bam. You can't tell from over in the distance, like, way over here, that that's there. But just adding it in a little bit is not too bad. I just need to hide that there. And I need to do the same with, like, lower Snowdin. Undertale does kind of have that. I don't know exactly, like, specific, but Toby repeats object placement. Yes. Like, for instance, Napsterbluke and Papyrus's prison thing in Snowdin literally being the exact same. Like, I've done that a couple of times, just gotten away with it just by, like, messing around and repeating meshes just here and there. But as long as like, it's convincing, then it's fine. Oh. What I'm gonna do here is just, like, twist that a little bit. And then I'll show off the former version of Snowdin, because it was terrible. It's, like, really bad now compared to this one. Trying to see. Oh, we can just about see. From over here. You can just about make it out. It's going to be a height between Y and X that fog coats. It makes sense. It's like, I know I've done another fog layer as well that I'm using to make it look like ground fog. Just give me a sec. All these trees just in the background just to hopefully convey a little bit more depth. Toby recycles whatever he can, including music. Oh, not only his music. Yeah. It's like the whole joke about Metaton being reused as the puzzle machine. And then later on he's like, so anyway, didn't I see you 100 rooms back? It's like, Wait, what? And then you realise it was actually the puzzle machine. Come on. Just about make that out. I've done the same with Snowdin though, because like in Snowdin's background, I've done the same thing where I've done like a load of 3D trees, and then there's just like a plane of 2D ones that just works. It looks real nice as well. Like, I'm so happy. Like, when this update comes out, I'm going to be so happy, like, for everybody to see it. Because this version of Snowdin just... Oh, it's so good compared to the previous one. Like, the previous one looks like trash. But then again, it's like baby's first Blender model, so... Like, I'm allowed to rip on my own works, it's fine. I can just about make those out in the distance. It's super hard to do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway because populating the hillside is interesting. Some people talk about statistics for Papyrus getting an all-red puzzle and they fail to realize that the lighter shade of red in the middle line ain't even in the puzzle in universe. It legit. It still looks good, but this is looking way better. Like this, like the best part is with all of these areas that I've been building up, when I finish them off, ideally, the idea is that obviously they run the best they can. Hello to everyone that's coming in that's new. I'm just gonna put one of the other videos on again for like explaining it to people because I feel like there are plenty of people in here. And I can explain it in such a way that people can actually see something. It's not going to be a trailer, but it's going to be the same one that I put on the last time, the quick one. Let me just like stop Spotify here and make sure YouTube doesn't dox me. There we go. Right. If I just do this for a moment, where we at? Windows. And then I just open that up. Oh, wait, we go. This is Immersiontale, a full 3D animated movie of Undertale's true pacifist run, featuring a little bit of an AU twist. I've been working on this project for a little over a year at this point, mapping out all of the underground in 3D down to its smallest details and slowly getting actors to fill the roles. Here's a quick peek at what it all looks like so far.
Ow! I'm alive? I'm alive!
Idiot! In this world, it's kill or be killed!
Yo, you're a kid too, right? I can tell because you're wearing a striped shirt.
Everyone is always laughing and cracking jokes, trying to pretend our modern crises.
Did you hear what they just said? Ray said a human wearing a striped shirt will come through. I heard that they hate spiders.
about to face the greatest challenge of your entire journey. Your actions here will determine the fate of the entire world. If you refuse to fight, Asgore will take your soul and destroy humanity. But if you kill Asgore and go home, monsters will remain trapped underground. What will you do? Well, if I were you, I would have thrown in the towel by now.
So yeah, the funny thing about all of that is that quite a lot of it is like old now. The AU twist is not actually in there at the moment, by the way. When I mentioned about a bit of an AU twist, that's become a lot more involved as development's gone on. I'm not going to mention too much about it, but basically, there's a lot of different things that have been added or are being added either in levels or with certain characters. But yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting being able to put those things in and hint at a much wider, bigger universe kind of thing. A lot of the stuff that I showed off, funny enough, has either been redone or has been relit. So, like, for instance, in the waterfall, I showed off quite a lot of areas. Waterfall, the ruins, the true lab. I think that's about it. And New Home. Well, most of New Home are the one. Oh, actually, no. Take that out. Waterfall, New Home. Waterfall, the ruins, and the true lab are the ones that aren't being changed. They're fine. The way that they look, but what has been changed is basically I redid New Home completely, as in like relit it, made the Judgment Hall look a lot better, did the throne room again, made that look a lot better, and then after that I've just been building up the rest. Like Hotland at that point in time when I did that video was like 80% done in terms of structure. Looks way better now and has a lot more like effects and everything. It actually looks like a proper level, because you'll notice in the shots that I posted, there was still some like basically dev stuff that was in the shots. Like there was a block out that you can see while going over. There's a block out version of the same level right on the space below the two floors, like the two upper floors, and then there's other things left out, like scenery and bits. It was so stupid. But yeah, it's an old trailer, yes. I want to point out that it is indeed Frisk's voice. I felt like the lines are more animated than the actual animation. Yeah, I'm still getting used to animating. The thing is, it's like, it's literally like the second major time I've done a large animation and tried to make it look good. So I'm still kind of like feeling it out. And I wasn't using my my mocap setup for that. Like the way that I'd done that was I animated it by hand instead of via mocap. So what I might do is try and animate that a little bit more when I've got my mocap set up like properly working again, because I need room for it. I don't have room at the moment, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. But what will happen is once I'm done with all the levels and stuff, I'll be just animating on stream and trying to make everything look clean and smooth, and sort of learning properly how to animate scenes and things like that as I go. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, for the most part, it's not bad as a preview. It's clean at least, and gives you an idea of what I'm trying to do. It's just that whole thing of like trying to pull it off and make it look the best it can is just obviously the the biggest challenge ever. I do that and just like keep doing that across here, because then the geometry doesn't have any holes in it. I feel like if this was going to get turned into a map for anything else, like Gmod or whatever, there'd have to be some heavy editing done. Just because of how it is. Oh, you can just about see the trees there. Let's see. You did so much work, Moody. Can't wait to see the final. Indeed. It's the amount of work I've done so far, including like getting help from the community doing this, is nuts. You know, like I mention it all the time, but I'm actually really lucky that I get so much help from the community. But let's see. The music for the small bird that carries you over a disproportionately large gap makes me think Alphys sent the bird to Waterfall. You know, they will just upload the map as is. The thing is, like, there need to be heavy optimizations in certain areas, and just like other tricks done like this to make it really, really work. It's like with like if I wanted to do VR versions, I'd have to severely nerf the detail in certain areas, which would kind of ruin the overall visuals a little bit. It's just it's rough. I think I'm gonna leave it at that for populating that side. What about the other side, right? Because I need trees to be on both sides, just in case. And this one's gonna be a little bit easier to see. So if I like, if I spent forever on this, I could probably pull off something like the Minecraft group. But the thing is, it's like I don't need to show all of Snowdin, just enough. The thing is, it's like I'm trying to do a lot of visual trickery to cover up that fact. It's like the idea is to still have the familiar representation of these areas so that players and fans can immediately be like, oh, it's that area, you know. But I do love the Minecraft group's interpretation of Snowdin. It's so nice. There we go. Let's see. Bam. Right, so that over there goes around to about there. I'm still gonna need trees there because you can see around there. So I need to dot this just over the landscape a little bit. The idea is that by dotting the trees over the place, it'll make it look bigger than it actually is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scatter really low poly trees throughout the environment as well, because I've got the trees decimated. So that instead of being like a couple of thousand polys each, they're like a couple of hundred, which makes it a lot better. I need that there, probably there. Let's try and do that. Okay, just stick that there and just... Okay, that's not too bad. I love the way I was supposed to be doing lower Snowdin, and instead I'm like blocking out upper Snowdin still. It's all good. Oh. You can see a little bit outside there. probably do is just block that off with like a 2D element. Because the idea is I want to try doing like a 2D element for rolling hills or something. Because it looks like it continuously goes on and on and on. I'm going to have to try and figure out how I'm going to do that. Because that's the only problem, is covering up the little tricks I'm performing here. Like there, you can see the background, so I might need to put some trees along that edge and then scatter some other ones. Like for instance, if I do low poly against that, where is it? Yellow trees. Where's that? There they are. If I just low scatter them over here in the background, that shouldn't be too bad. See how much faces, oh, how many faces this is gonna be here if I just mess around with this. Bam. Will you be doing more VR plays? Yes. That's gonna be good. Fabio says, since I reminded myself, I also need to say that as a piano player, knowing Undyne she's playing the piano, she's absolutely slamming those keys, mate. As she plays section 3 of Alphas. You got the whole Snowdin map? Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's almost done. Like, this is pretty much the sort of like background tweaking, and then like just little bits of scenery, and then Snowdin's done. Yeah, so, and then I can finish off the other sections which I need to do, which are the connecting bit to the bridge to the core, and then that's basically it. Then update time. Let's have a laugh. We'll drag this out and see. Oh my god. The amount of trees I just added there. Although then again, it's not that bad. Let's see. It only adds like maybe 1 million. The problem is I don't need all of those. It's just really stupid to render them all. It is funny though. It's at least an option, but what I much rather prefer doing is this kind of thing where we just do that. The lag, I know, right? Undyne has to get a new piano every time she's finished playing. That's why she can't pay for her house with the Royal Guard money after burning it down. This is looking sick. Oh boy, Scrabble trees. Yeah, those are the low poly ones as well. That's the funniest part. Like, it's always fun just messing around and doing silly things like that. Primarily just because, like, I don't expect to actually use them. It's just, it's amusing trying to get away with it, or just messing around and seeing what we do and see what people's reaction is, especially when it's like, oh, there's 1 million more polys here. And everyone's like, are you kidding me? Let's see here. I do that there. That doesn't look too bad, because then it's kind of blocked in, but we need to block in the other bit. And then we just layer tree over tree over tree. Boo, boo, doo, 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 doo. So like, for instance, if I do that, and then just unwrap that. Where is it? Unwrap. I love the way it's showing the texture from Waterfall there now. Ooh, come on. Can we just like not be... Oh wow. I love the way I select that and it's just like, no, we'll just do this. There we go, that's not too bad. And then we just go to Origin and just drop that about there. And then I just need to fill that up. Wide tree. I'm looking forward to Immersiontale, says Dark Mario Bros. Ah, thank you very much. I know some people would be very, very meta story, use a bunch of lower poly models. I don't know for a reality breaking scene. Be careful, I had an image locked into my platform before that way. Yeah, I just have to like not mess it up. In terms of like silliness, I think the only silliness I've done so far is recreate the full 3D tutorial from you know, the trailers, the one that shoots lasers from her eyes and stuff. I've done that and like put her in a scene. But apart from that, I don't think I've done much else. So, you know, like messing around. We're going to be way too immersed and attached to this one. Honestly, as long as people enjoy it, you know, it's going to be nice. Especially with all the work that's gone into it. Like, I feel like part of the story is literally in how much effort has gone into it. I don't know. Oh. I'm just gonna randomly... Like, I could just do this with geometry nodes, but... Ooh. As long as I get these trees in a thick enough lines that it kind of covers the back face here a little bit better and looks a little bit more natural, which it should do eventually when they all start mingling together. From like this angle, that doesn't look too bad. I just need to keep doing it to the rest of the... Oh, the rest of the platform here. Did you make an official 3D tutorial with an absurd amount of polygons? Yes, I did. I made that one, except that she doesn't have an absurd amount of polygons. She just has a amount of polygons. she's gonna be lurking. I wanted to not make her for ages, because like I wanted to just be able to get the model from like somebody else, but I didn't end up getting the model from somebody else. So it was just like I just ended up making her myself. Dude, there we go. It took only a couple of seconds, and it already looks like there's a full forest over there or something. Not so much the other bit. Like let's see from here. That's not too bad because we don't see the rest beyond there, so it's not too bad. I've even included some 3D trees just to throw in, just to have a laugh there. So mainly it's just making sure that where it goes off into the distance, we don't need to detail too much. And then we just have a smattering of, like, trees every so often. Let's just go down here. It's going to be good when I actually show, like, the full thing off properly with like, decent lighting and stuff. I need to figure out something because there's a hole here in the geometry that I need to cover up. I might just, like, do a fake wall for that. Just real quick. Or I could just fake it with... I'll fake it with the same platform over here. I'll just reuse it with the exact same geometry on as well. Just go bam. And then we'll just place that, like, there. And just go up there, right? And then... We'll just do that, so we know it's kind of clipping anyway, but it gets covered up. And then when we go from about here, yeah, we won't be seeing that hole in the geometry anymore. It's fine. It's gone. To be fair, I think an absurd amount of polygons were due to her being made out of a bunch of default shapes. Yes. Immersion rune? Oh, somebody asked me whether I was going to do Delta rune after this, and I was like, no, I can't. I really can't, because it's already taken so long to do this. Plus, I still have to get voice actors to do certain roles. I need to do a list of that, actually, of, like, the roles that are left. Oh my god, oh, that's... So you know why it suddenly went to, like, 1 billion polys? It's because I had the plane copied. Oh, that sucks. So what happened was... I copied the, well, I duplicated the node plane, and when I put down the amount of trees, it duplicated the duplicate, so, yeah, there we go. It's like, so, you want to duplicate the duplicate? I heard you like doing that. I'm just like, oh, great. So now back to trying to finish off Snowdin here. Basically, I thought I was only duplicating one thing, and instead it duplicated multiple. Oops. It also was doing them as another set of physical nodes, rather than just doing them and then making them a different object. So I can, like, mess around with these trees and, like, make them real geometry instead of nodes, which also messes around with the terrain a little bit. But as you can see, these ones are, like, totally, like, stick compared to the other stuff. And if I want, I can lower those even more. Would you like to explain the huge gap in your environment? I'd hate to. Well, it's like with Hotland. Like, Hotland did have a huge gap originally, but that got sorted. And then, like, for this, I just need to, like, go ahead and properly map this. Because now I feel like all I need to do is make sense of these two areas, which it isn't that bad, because, like, for instance, with this one, we can just make another platform with a hole in it, and then just have that river come round here, so we can just make all of this, and then just put, like, some fake trees on it, and we're done. It doesn't all have to be populated by trees, but a lot of it would be nice if it was. Like, maybe I can just... Hang on. Let's see if we can get the tree again and just, like, decimate it even more. Because this is the tree model, right? This is what we're looking at. That's like, what? 264 tries? Let's see how much we can get away with, and it still look like a tree. Okay, this isn't actually... Oh my god, that's not actually too bad so far. I think that's about as much as I can get away with because of how it is. Maybe the 97. Although that breaks that there. Let's try. Yeah, there we go, 114. So if I wanted to, we can just, like, save that as incremental and then just put that in. God, I wish we got a Fantoka movie for, like, the first Bionicle movie sustainment. Oh, it'd be fun. There we go. Let's take Snowdin here. Probably where's the low tree that I have there? I think it's that one. That's 264, yeah? Hang on. So that's 264. That one is obviously not. Yeah, if I bring in the next one and just, like, mess around with that instead, that might actually be better. The 256 tries for the 8-bit integer limit memory. Well, let's bring that in. Because that might actually help with the lower section a lot. Let's just Yeah, it's stage mess 04, so we'll just do... I just want to try and like, get this done as much as I can. We do 5, collection, yellow tree. Right, and then I bring that in there. We go 114 there. So if I then turn around and be like low trees, geometry nodes. Where are we at? That's the other side of Snowdin. That one? That one was the lower one, right? Feel like it was. Let's have a look. Can I... What's the view here? I need status. Let's just do... Right. Statistics. 264. 114. Okay. So if I mess around with that now and get rid of the that one, that will not be as many polys now with me messing around with this. Hopefully it'll still look like a forest a little bit. If it's taking years to make this, I'd take much long. It'd take about as much longer than making Delta in itself. Yeah. So I just realized I had the flip. Oh no. Yeah, somebody asked me to do Deltarune, and I was like, oh god, no. Because I'd have to do, like, each chapter. It would just be a bit of a nightmare. Right, I can afford to mess around here like this. Oh, that reminds me, I need to bring the origin down. Totally messed that up. I love the way we're gonna have like the most basic geometry here, but at least it's gonna kind of work. Like you can see it working a little bit there. But yeah, it's gonna be fun doing this. I just gotta duplicate there, and then I'll realize that. We can do convert to mesh. Have that there. I got a tree making tool that builds plants. I pipeline them over Blender, so it's so much easier. I still make the software. This is classic. The cool thing about this is, like, the geometry nodes help a lot with placement, because essentially what it's doing is it's telling Blender, like, look, I want them to be placed this far apart, these scale parameters, and then after that, have fun. Basically, just like, go wild. So, we end up with, like, geometry that just looks a lot more varied than me actually doing it by hand, because I've mentioned previously that I used to mod like other games like Halo before I started doing this kind of stuff, and yeah, doing this kind of stuff has been nuts over like the past decade or so, because the advancements in technology mean that I don't have to do this by hand like I used to be doing. Just let that sink in for a little bit. I had to literally manually place scenery by hand in other engines to get it to actually look good. And even after that, I was like basically taking forever to do things. It was nuts. Did that delete? Yeah, it did. Oh, get a message here. Biome. That's thinking what you're playing the Sonic music in the background. But yeah, no, I don't know if I mistyped that. I don't know if they still make the software mini. I'm quick typing. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, the best way of describing it was like ages ago. I'd have to do everything by hand, and it was just terrible, like really terrible. Sub D. We'll like very loosely subdividing this. We'll be decimating it again afterwards, so it's no big deal. I'm just using it to kind of come up with a little bit of a variation in geometry. So that's gonna go. Wait, where's the bottom of this geometry here? Oh, literally there. We'll do that, and then we'll just go. Do that there, and then just go. Right? And then. Just randomize this mesh. I just realized that won't work because of the scale needing to be applied. I can do it now and it should work. Randomize. I need to like really push out some of these values. Just ridiculously to make it more interesting. And then we'll just go. Right? And then we can just decimate that. So it doesn't even need to look that good, so we can just decimate it. We can just unsub by a little bit, and at least we'll have a little bit more varied geometry that then we can just mess around with a tiny bit more manually. We can delete the faces that we're not going to see. So for instance, over here, let's just S0. And that. And then we'll have a little play around here with this. We'll just do that, bring it out a little bit. A lot of this is like just bringing out certain bits of geometry, just to give it a little bit different. Go a little bit crazy there, and then we'll just take the rest here now, and we'll just do another random pass on the vert placement. Just a little bit, and then. Let's go smooth, and then we'll just delete some of these faces, like from here to here probably. We don't need those. We can save on those. Bam. Because we're not ever going to see them. I don't know why, but I find it funny when I'm in a model view or something and there's just an idle character. Well, let's take this. And we'll just, whoop, like that, right? The idea is then we can just move that back. And then if I want to, I can just duplicate that. Take that and just go convert to mesh, right? And then we can put a couple over here. Like that. And then just go convert to mesh. And then let's do rock. Snowdin rock face. Bam, right? We don't even need this to look good because it's just back geometry, right? I found it funny to learn as an outsider that you can just put 2D images on as reference in modeling tools. Yes, it's always good to do that for reference. Like, we just need this to look kind of like the impression of what I want. So we can just do this. Grab that, just go Z. And then just do perfect. Bam, like that. And then immediately we've got a rocky snow, a rock section there that's covered in snow. And we're slowly starting to get somewhere with the geometry around here now. Whoa, in a rock, yeah. So it doesn't even need to look good because we're not going to be down here. But from up above, that looks fine. So now we just gotta have a mess around. We'll use these measuring tools, which is literally just me messing with blocks here. We'll just do, what was it? Array measure width. And then was that one? Array measure length? Oh no, actually no. Actually, oh yeah, that'd be alright. Width 2. The idea being that I can then just slap these wherever I want. So like for instance this now, we can just go ahead and slap that there. These trees are fine because of where they are, so we can just have a laugh with that. And oh my god, so many materials on here that don't need to be. It's gonna be fun when I actually get rid of the stuff that I don't need here, because then I'm just gonna have optimized everything just that little bit more. What I need to do is actually get rid of the original one, so I'm not doing it repeatedly over and over and over. Wait, why is... Oh, yeah, it's still selection from that, that's fine. Right, so the textures that I've got here are literally just like main 2. I can get rid of... Oh, I should be able to get rid of these ones. Yeah, so it's those. Every other one I can get rid of. Hopefully, so I don't need the other stuff. So that can all be optimized now. That's... Get rid of those. Bam. Bam. Okay. Those tree sprites are canonically so long indeed. Will you be doing Breaker 4 or EDF or Armored Core again? I want to do Breaker 4 at some point. Like, I know I'm putting up Sonic at the moment. I've got Space Marine in the background as well that I've been doing, but like it's crazy. Like Sonic's just been on the cards just for something that's like super chill and something that I can do pretty easily. Whereas like some of the other stuff I've just not been wanting to touch for a while. Like EDF kind of sucks to me at the moment, primarily just because when I've tried playing 6 is just like soul crushing. I don't find 6 as fun, so I'm just like, oh. It sucks so much right now. And I wish it didn't. So, yeah, I'm getting around to stuff eventually. It's just a case of, like, when. There's been Sonic music for a bit. Yeah, it's just because I wanted to make sure that, well, I wasn't getting copyright striked by Sebastian Wolf again for Undertale stuff. Because Sebastian loves doing that. Mr. Wolf be like, so anyway, I heard you playing Undertale music. Be a shame if I just copyright striked that. Now go to sleep. It's like, excuse me, what? Well, let's do that and then just go buy him. That's gonna be up there, I believe. Of how this is the. I'm currently trying to make the first scene in White Glint for his intro in Diamond Armor. I saw that before. It looked awesome. Can I just like take that, just put that there, and just go. Bam, right, and then just do that there. Then we can just pull that all the way to there. Or around there. I think that one's going to stop there, preferably. Having coffee, late night coffee is classic. I had a coffee before, but it didn't kick in until, like, way after I needed it to, which sucked. Because I needed it for driving, and it didn't kick in until, like, way later. I was just like, Gonna have a laugh here and just, like, mess around with the vert there so I can, so I can get that. I feel like this probably extends a little bit more towards there, but to do that I need this to be like there. Super Mario World Castle music, what? Is that what's playing? Because it says it's Sonic at the moment. Hang on. Why the heck is, like, Persona soundtrack playing now? I'm gonna get wrecked by, like, every other music owner on Spotify now. What? Let's try, what music do you want to play? Sonic Adventure 2. There we go, I'll just play that. I'll just play the entire soundtrack. And before YouTube sends me like 1 billion copyright strikes now. It's like, so anyway, you were playing Persona's soundtrack, then you played Sonic Adventure 2's soundtrack. How do you plead? And I'm like, guilty? If you don't want to be doxxed, get YouTube Premium. I'm like, no, I'm fine, YouTube. Just how about you don't dox me? I'll be happy with that, thank you. I mentioned that in the previous stream, how YouTube is basically doxing people now. It was so stupid when I found that out. Well, let's... There's a bigger face that goes over there, so we'll do that. Always check the playlists. Yeah, I totally screwed up on that one. Let's see. I must have, like... Yeah, I've accidentally made that one a physical set of geometry without checking there first. Right, I feel like that's gonna go there a little bit. Love the way, even including Undertale Yellow's geometry in here, it's probably not gonna be as intensive as people might think it is. You know, for like polygon count. Just need to get these details decently done. I need that there like that. We can just like place those there. Let's see. Sorry about the pigment. No, it's good. Again, various people misclick. I guess when they make playlists. Yeah, it can be so random. Convert to mesh. Convert to mesh. Set origin. Let's see how this is looking so far. That's not actually too bad when you go from like up here. It's gonna be funny when it actually looks more like rocks than what it is at the moment. But yeah, just slowly blocking this out is getting us somewhere at least. Let's see. I'm actually gonna do that one as a platform because I feel like that one's worth doing. If we sub D that for a laugh. And then I just 2 there. Then a loop there for the top, a loop for the bottom. Then we start doing loops here for these. Let's try 3 there. 1, 2, 3. That's okay. Do 1 there. 2 there. 1 here. Then we'll just do a couple of loops here, and then away we go. Do we need a couple more there? There we go. Here's his bag. If you need to ask Toby for permission to have Immersiontale be a game. Dude, I don't think Toby's gonna want to compete with his own game. No. Especially in 3D. Like, I think part of the charm for Undertale is that it's the 2D-ness that makes your imagination go wild, right? At least that's what I'm trying to get at with Immersiontale. Is the whole thing of imagination can be a crazy thing. And then, I don't think Toby would just turn around and be like, so anyway, I want to compete with my own game by having a version of it be 3D and be available, you know, for people to get for free. It just sounds crazy when you say it like that. Oh. I love the way I also just screwed that then. Oh. Maybe just for making the animation, just to have Gotcha against Wolf, have it be the game that's tied to a project where you have the OG game and then this costs a little extra. I don't want to make money off this though, that's the thing. I literally don't want to make money off this. Like, I'm just doing it because I enjoy the game, you know. Let's see. Randomize. And then we just... Smooth. Let's get those there. Try to get all these here. Because if it's gonna mess me up by having all of these, then I'll just do this and go SZ. Have them all be flat and then just delete faces. And then I can decimate all of this now. You just do like decimate. 1,000 polys, we're gonna chop that up. And then get rid of the back facing ones as well. Let's just do that. Yeah, well, we can have it be like 400 or something. 400 tries isn't too bad for something that's going to be background geometry. And then we'll just... that moment where you completely just try everything. It's like, oh no, tries are not good to use for geometry, but we'll just mess around with this anyway. I'll reach out in a moment as well. I'm just trying to get rid of these tries. Let's see. Did you do anything to the snow? No. There is already subsurface. It just requires me to have the lighting in a certain way. I'm always iffy on fan stuff and Jason making money off things that aren't theirs. Yeah. Looking at the time, I need to head to bed, Sustainment. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. I will do. Thank you very much, Damon. Have a good sleep. Dude, that moment where there's literally like random verts just like lying around here. Disgusting. Oh. Why is the... I leveled everything out before. Why is there just random polygons just like flat under the floor here? If they're flat, they should be deleted. right? And then we just do that. We'll fix this up by doing smooth by angle, and then we'll just do like 45 or 50 on it. Okay, that'll do. And then rock face. Bam. Select all that and then just cube it. And then gonna have to like slowly take away some of these. Yep. These verts here. Oh. Not verts, sorry, triangles. Hey Z, how you doing? Dave, I have a new mic and I was wondering again if I could read you the lines. Oh my god. Z, if you want to do them again, I'm not gonna, like, say no to that. It's just the whole thing of, like, the obvious amount of work that will be required. I can like, keep your other ones as backups, if you want, and then, like, if in the event something goes wrong, we've still got them. Oh. You already have so much work that that's true, that's true. Like, I'm just saying, like, with how much work it's gonna be, just, I've got your other stuff backed up. Oh. That moment where I'm, like, messing around and doing Undertale Yellow's geometry here as well. But yeah, it's all good if you want to do them. Did you see Gundam Requiem? Yes. The fact that it's a Xeon side story. It looks alright. When it's cool, it's cool. Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to say no to the extra work, of course. It's just the whole thing of, like, it was more the whole thing of just as a warning of being like, wait a minute, that's going to be a lot of work. Oh boy, you know, kind of thing. It was more or less a warning of how much work you'd be getting into by doing that, but it's fine if you want to do it. I still have to wait on a bunch of other characters. That reminds me, I need to... Because people are asking me already for the extended character list that has some of the newer ones in that we've been getting. I need to grab hold of that and then, like, basically post that to people so that people can see what other characters are available now, because every time I get a new character modeled, that's basically another character added to the list of things to be voiced, you know. Hey memes. I found someone who's willing to voice characters, memes. Oh, nice. Oh, and with Undyne, Toriel, Monster Kid, and Muffet, I mean, Monster Kid can be somewhere in the Undyne range with fan voices. Kind of reasoning the same with Toriel and Muffet. Huh. I love the work that everybody's done so far. It's gonna be great, like, putting them in the environments and giving them the 3D treatment. Ooh, can I just... So that one's gonna have to be like that, maybe? No, oh no, wait, because that one's a bit of ice. Oh, God damn it. That one's gonna have to be moved up slightly. Which is those platforms, and that one. It's like that, basically. Let's see. Do you think it's all one person doing those voices? Yeah. It's nuts. Like, I love the amount of work that's gone in so far to all the voice work. It is fantastic. Can't wait to eventually like do the voice work justice by having everything be ready to go, you know. Well, let's just drag this over here. That moment where I'm like fully committed to a low poly Undertale yellow route here. Like, it doesn't need to be here, but I'm putting it in for the sake of it. Oh, and then Snowdin's like up there. Like, part of this you're just not gonna see, I think. Which is why I'm like trying to give it just a little bit of detail. That needs to be edited, the geometry node for the trees. It's too many in that factor. They need to be a little bit less dense. Let's try 3, no, 2, and then maybe that. And then we can like push that around there. That's not bad. I can edit this as I go anyway, so let's see. To me, Monster Kid sounds like a bit of a sore throat voice, kind of more like Naruto shonen protagonist. Let's do this. I just realized the geometry there is going to need to be pulled up slightly because of the gap in the wall there. That's going to really screw things over. And I just converted that to a solid, didn't I? Yeah, I did. If I take that now and just go like that instead and just go convert mesh. We can just do this just in case. And then so let's just do sub D on that. New scale. Subdivision. And then we'll do the same thing we've been doing with everything else, which is tweaking everything and then decimating it. And then deleting the back faces. Okay, so about that there. That's not too bad. Then I can just take this and just go randomize. That'll give me kind of a little bit of an interesting like setup for geometry here. Like that, right? And then we can just apply that, which is like, wait a minute, Dave, but you're making it more polys. What's going on there with that? I actually just realized again I can move those bits out if I want to and just like screw around with them a bit while it's a little bit easier to work with. Yeah, essentially it was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you even bothering? You're gonna decimate those in a little bit anyway. It's like, yeah, I am. But getting the variation here now is gonna be nice for later on. Let's just like move that back a bit and then do that and then just take, oh, I love the way it just selected the floor there, it's fine. Just take that and then just go just trying to get the floor from underneath there, but it's fine. Take all that instead, and then we'll just select any of the other ones that we don't need. Line them up on the Z-axis, and then just delete them. Make sure they're actually through the floor first as well. And then delete them. And then I can mess around with the other ones. Just a little bit. Randomize verts. Let's go back to like here. Drop that. Let's check chat. Moody, next time we play GBO2 or if you join up on break, because I'm going to use my animation editor on Blender. Oh, nice! Imagine somebody making an April Fool's video where they do a comic dub of a full AU sounds where they deliver every line, but in some default Undertale sans way, in unfitting ways or whatever. There we go. So if I do that, and then I just go like this, right? I just hit shade smooth again, and then we just take the top, because the top is going to be easier to grab here. Thing. Some of that is slightly out. Just need to skim the top there. And then we just go Control Z with that. And then have a laugh. We'll hide that. Take all of this and just go, oh no, Brock. Right? Apply that, and then UV cube. That'll give us the rock face again, right? The reason why we hid the other one is because we're going to mess around with that. We made it flat as well, so it was easier to select. And then we can just go perfect snow on that one. Right? And then we'll deliberately take everything that's on this side there, delete that, and then we'll do the same with everything that's back here. We'll just go because why have faces when we don't need them? Delete those faces, right? And then we can decimate that. Just go File, Decimate. And then we can just start having a laugh with this and just go, see how low we can get this. About there, I reckon. About 269 polys. And then, just for a laugh, we can go smooth. Smooth by angle just helps a lot on this. Bam, smooth by angle there. And then we're already looking pretty decent without really having too much more on the polygon count. It's gonna look so good. I don't know why, right? If I yawn every time I yawn, I become Patrick for a moment. See, we got that going on. And then I need to make a much bigger rock face there. We've got the biggest rock face, I'd argue. Just grab this and just bring it over. I reckon for this, we can like stretch it out to be its own thing. Or, actually an idea, we can have it just be a copy. Like, I wonder if I take something like that, right? And we just go duplicate, and I put that in there for the big rock face. I just lower that and delete quite a lot of the faces, whether it's gonna impact anything. I don't think it will. If I just take that and put that there, right? Then we put that like there. Because that's already not exactly decimated, but it's kind of low, right? If I then take that and just go about there? If I go from about there and just go up, just delete those faces. And then we just go, take these, match them all at 0, and then take all the stuff around the back and just delete them. Bam! That solves that problem pretty easily. Deltarune plot twist, there will be no Kara anywhere, but instead of a totally new character. That's actually not bad looking from there. You know, when you see it from up here. Gonna throw some trees on there as well. Let's see if I can. Those ones are low there, and then those ones, and I'm trying to figure out which ones are still linked here, or at least have the same properties. As we get further back, that's when I'll start using the actual sprites for trees. You know, rather than just like being like, oh, okay, here's a billion polys in one scene. Because I imagine, yeah, the entire thing's running at like 14 frames per second if I zoom out for the entire thing. That's only because of the ice and everything else, though, which is nuts. Oh, come on. What I'll do is I'll try it now from like up here. I'll do we do like a tree line like this, right? And I just go like convert to mesh. What we'll do is we'll start bringing down the tree lines like this, and we'll just see if that works. Because I actually might not because of the 3D-ness. I'm gonna have to potentially do the cards. Let's try the cards. See if that works. And obviously have to scale these. So we'll do like that. Yeah, it's not gonna work like that from the, because you can tell immediately what's going on. Like, up to there is fine. After that, I think I'm going to do cards. My brain keeps reminding me of being atop left of this snowy place, the outside word glide. Yep, the bit with glide. Which is over here. And you see yellow's geometry from over there, which would be that one, really, but it's getting crazy. I love the way as well where I've marked off there is where the river is, so it's kind of like messed up scale-wise. I wonder whether I can just, like, hint at this a little bit instead of doing all the trees. Because, like, even though the trees are good and everything, it's, like, totally messing up stuff. Bam. Because I don't mind doing the geometry, that's fine. But having, like, a billion trees over here is definitely going to impact stuff, and it's rough to make a call on because I do like the extra geometry there. Just trying to figure out how I could do this now. The only other thing I could do would literally be turning the tree into an image. Playing through Xenoblade Chronicles X again, I forgot how much I liked that one. Oh, nice, nice. I got an idea, actually, for this. Hang on. What we're going to do is do the, do one of the pines here. Where is it? Pine 3. Right? And then I'm just going to make that into an image. So if I do that, and then take that as an image, I can just make that into a card, and then hopefully that won't look too bad. I'm getting like really desperate here for tricks. That's the funniest part, is I'm just getting like super desperate for tricks. Like, I know a ton of them, it's just when they'll work. Let's do, I'm just trying to get this texture right here. But Moody, tricks are for kids. Like, I'm gonna try one other one that I know here. And it's gonna be so stupid. I wanna see whether it works though. If it works, I'll be actually laughing a lot because of just how it is. It's like the oldest trick in the book. Right, file, save as tree card 2. Oh boy, right. Let's try this. We're gonna be really pushing it here in terms of like messing around, right? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to Pine 5 low poly for a laugh, just to get the scale right. And we're just gonna go add plane. Make sure that that is in the correct place. This is gonna be so stupid. And the funny thing is, I know it might work. Like, there's about a 50-50 chance that it'll work and look good. Especially from distance. Which should allow me to make dense groups of trees. But it's one of those where it's like, how good is this gonna look at range? I can kind of get away with that. It's about there, I think it is, right? You probably already know what I'm doing by this, but we're gonna have a good laugh. Let's try cheat tree Snowdin, right? And we're just gonna go image Snowdin EX biome. And then file UV. What was the UVs here? That moment where I'm trying to literally like PS1 style tricks now. There we go. Gotta go. It's almost 7 PM. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy. So this one, this trick in particular, we're gonna literally have a card. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cheat the shaders by putting them in the alpha, right? And then all we're gonna do, because this will be like super low poly, is we're just gonna rotate that 90. What that does is it fakes a 3D tree by having it in 2 different axes, right? And then I can just do tree, cheat tree, and it's the same scale as the other one, right? But it's severely less polys. That's the only other way I can cheat this, other than like the flat textures. That's the only way. So then we just go like file, same as number 6, right? And then we're gonna have a laugh. We're gonna bring in the cheat tree and see what happens. Snowdin 4. That is literally like the lowest polygon tree I can get. I should have left all the other stuff. I wonder whether I can actually like recover an autosave from like how far I was back. Like yeah, oh, yesterday? No. Maybe that one? Does that have... Ah, here we go. That one has the other trees in, right? So I can at least figure out where I want them. Although, some of these trees aren't going to change, which is annoying. Some of them will, some of them won't, but we can still do it. Right, so we go yellow trees, file, append. And we're going to have a laugh and just do collection, yellow tree. Right? That is the lowest polygon tree I can get. Should have been obvious at first, but I was like, nah, you know what? I'm just going to see what happens. And sure enough, struggled for ages. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to target the cheat tree with the geometry nodes that we make. So we're going to do geometry nodes. And we're just going to go, where is it? Look at that. Look at that. So funny because the low res on it makes it look crazy. Biome, right? Get rid of that. And then, as long as we can bring up these trees here. I love the way the geometry nodes are set wrong now as well. I need those to be on the y-axis, I think. Love the way they're upside down. It's fine. It's no big deal. Could eat them that way anyway. I have no clue why they're upside down. The only thing I can think of is the mesh. Let's just mirror. And then I can just like turn up the amount of trees I have. And then immediately we're kind of getting there with the forest now. It's not looking too bad, but it's not looking too good either. Like, sure, the thing is they don't have the shadows there, but I think I can change that. That's a problem. If I do that should work, provided the physical. I think let's check that mesh. Okay, no, so they don't have. That's a problem. For some strange reason, the shader is not allowing for shadows, which kills the immersion a little bit. I'm wondering what the heck it is as well, because it's normally something simple. So that? No, because then that messes up everything there. That just looks terrible. Try blend. Blend just does that, which meh. Clip threshold. Nope. 0.5. The only one I can rely on is that. That's a problem. I think ultimately it's just gonna come down to what do I want to sacrifice in terms of like detail or whatever. That might have to be just one sacrifice for everything. Like, I'm gonna have to bump the density of that up, I think. 1.4, 1.6. No, it's gonna need to be more. One point four, 1.2. 1.2 doesn't seem too bad. 1.3. Because then we can start getting like really interesting with it. Like, we could easily then turn around and be like, okay, we'll duplicate this, and we'll just have this go from like here to here. So let's just take this, right? Just go File, Origin, Duplicate. Go here like this. And then just go File. Let's have that do that. So now we actually do start having like forest looking areas a little bit. That's the only way I think I'm going to be getting away with trees in this now. Because if I don't do that, I'm not going to save on polygons. The only problem is it looks slightly bad, but it's that old bust. Oh, so it's like, what can you do? Let's do that there. Convert to mesh. Convert to mesh. Like quickly start building this up again, and it looks nah. But if we're looking at it from like there, it's not too bad. Plus, again, we can try doing another fog volume if we want, like that, to try and thicken it out a little bit. There are a couple of tricks I can try overall, basically. Let's see. Let's just convert to mesh there. Convert to mesh here. Duplicate this. File save. I still need to get rid of the other stuff that I'm not using as well at the moment, which is crazy. Delete that. So if I just do like cleanup, there we go. That should be good as well. That allows me to make sure I get rid of anything that I'm not using. Only way you could do that much is... Only could do so much with building... Yeah, with 3D you can only do so much. It's rough, but at the same time it's like, dude, if I've got to cheat, and this is the only way that I know about cheating, then it's not too bad. It's just crazy having to essentially be like, okay, I can push it this much before I then need to start bringing out the crazy stuff like this. Yeah. But at least from like back here, it doesn't look too bad. I just need to build it up like a proper forest. I don't even need to have it like technically 100%. Like I can easily just have it be like this and just drag it out. Oop. As long as it resembles some kind of like landscape, it's not too bad. I just need to make sure I close off all my arrays and stuff. I'm just gonna make sure I don't go overboard with the tree line here, because like obviously there's so much now that I feel like if I just keep doing like blocks of it, it's gonna be messed up. So now I need to start doing like interesting shapes and other things to really kind of deviate from the normal a little bit. We can have a laugh and like mess around a little bit more here. All I can do, oh, yeah. So we got that. Slowly build that up. The thing is, we pieced that back together pretty quickly, and then we've got the river that's going to come in down here. I really need to make sure I follow that. We can just get this tree line done. Because now that I don't have to really fear the polygon count for the trees too much, we can fill in a little bit more of this. So we can do like, what is that? They're upside down. We just go bam. Oop. That's on top of that though. That's there, I believe. Well, that's gonna be. And then down below we've got another set of trees, like over here. These are all going to go round, so those are going to be like on the floor level. A lot of this is just going to be like deciding where I want to put all these trees. At least it was N64 graphics. I did something like that with PS1 and it did look like N64, but it's when I stretched it on Blender, never again. Sometimes it's crazy trying to do this kind of thing because it doesn't look right. It all depends on just how you're doing it and like what lighting and stuff you're doing for your scene. Because that can affect things as well. Like there, I imagine that's going to be fine up until there. And then I've got that upper area. That's going to be interesting to deal with. At least now. Again, we're starting to get this kind of like area where we can see different scale and details and stuff, and it's not actually adding too much. Again, sure, it's running at like literally 10 frames per second, but that's like before I start doing stuff like taking away areas. Although saying that, and I'm looking at the frame rate and how much I still have to get rid of. Like if I go into town, look from town there, we can see all of that, which is a bit awkward. I may need to get rid of that completely and keep the draw distance low. You know, because like if I try going too crazy like that, the problem is that I run into the issue. I know Proof said this like a couple of hours ago, but I run into the issue that I can just go crazy there, and it's just gonna keep dropping the frames, and I need to have everything be consistent and on screen. That's the worst bit, is like, if everything is gonna be on screen, it's just gonna look nuts. I feel like I can't do that justice. I can just about pull it off if I do another couple of fog volumes. And I just try and make it so the floor looks a lot more foggy. And then we keep, like, round here, and then we keep everything else fine. So, like, for instance, here we got this now, right? If I take, this is gonna kill it a little bit, but it's not too bad. Let's clean up that external data, purge that stuff. Yeah, we got like 19 frames there. Better than nothing. So then what we do is take everything that we got here. We can still keep that stuff kinda, I suppose, although we're not really using it anymore. Let's just delete it. Delete it all. We're still using that reference. Get rid of that. Clean up the recursive stuff, which then frees up a little bit of memory. And then the only other thing I can literally do to this would be, where's the VFX file? Come on, where are you? The fog cube. Oh, it's not there. God damn it. It's gonna be... Ooh, fog, right? We got the new fog volume, which is massive. It doesn't need to be that big, but it's massive. You sound sleepy. I'm just trying to keep it down. Like family and everything, man. I'm gonna go to bed like real soon, but I don't want to be waking up family. I'm like so close to finding a solution for this, and the solution is literally probably more fog. It's just it's kind of made me annoyed at the same time, because like I didn't want to have to do this in the previous version of Snowdin. It was all kind of rendered and nice. That's the only thing that I'm missing now, is I'm missing out on an accuracy thing here. But yeah, everything else looks better. So it's like I've had to sacrifice some stuff to make gains on others, and it's rough. I'm not particularly happy with that sort of outcome, because it's almost like I've basically given up, which sucks. Let's try. Because out of this entire stream, the only thing I could come up with was literally just like doing a new fog volume. Let's see what this goes. Right, lower fog volume. Well, lower fog, Snowdin. Right, and then we just go shading, bam. And all we need to do now is make sure that that looks okay. Yeah, that just looks like it goes off into the abyss now. I suppose doing that, I can... Oh, I forgot about that. I suppose in doing that, I could see about making the other fog volume slightly thinner, but let's see. Because we're doubled up on it there, so we need like 0.03. So we got that there, we got that going over there. Nah, I don't like that. 0.04 is the nice sort of like in between. The new fog volume, on the other hand, that's gonna have to be like probably white. Just get the hex code for like white. Why is that? That moment where it's changed the wrong one. Oh, I see why. Let's try and see what happens if I change it to that. It's hard to tell. 0.05 or just 0.1? I love the way Snowdin now basically is like an abyss in this version. Because I can't do anything, literally. That is the worst when I think about all the stuff that I could do, and it's just like, dude, you can't. That just sucks so much. Like, I've worked on all this, it looks great and everything, and then the rest is just like, nah, you're gonna have to literally use, like, crazy tricks. Let's see if I can get, something to take the eye off that. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it might be in Blender. Where is it? Snowdin EX. Where is it? I sure hope it doesn't snow again, says memes. Seriously, I kind of am annoyed, like, loads at that I can't get the surroundings of Snowdin to look good. Like, it's too much for frame rate. I really don't want to be Snowdin and grab enough shoe. It's like, this is the only way I can get Snowdin to look good is like this. So it's like a grey abyss with like little bits of or little hints of geometry here and there. That sucks so much. Like, sure, the other stuff looks nice. That just... that really... There's gotta be something I can do there. I'm not accepting that. I'm gonna try one last thing. Because I refuse to accept that. It's so stupid. Even if it's literally just a flat floor that's white, and then I just try and do like some hills on it. Like, I don't need tons of trees and stuff. I just need something. I refuse to be beaten by something like this. Maybe add a PNG down. See, the thing is, it's like, I don't want to just fub out with a PNG, you know. Like, I'd prefer at least something, so put rocks and water ripples like it. Maybe. I'm thinking now, I put like this here, right? Because that gives me a bottom that I'm working with now. So I do that, right? That's the base that I can work with. And then I go perfect snow, right? Because that gives me the same sort of like snow shader. Wait, do what you did for the rock faces, but texture it like trees. No, that's what I've done. Like, I tried doing trees before and it did not work. Like, it really did not work. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the biggest thing ever. Like, before memes, I tried like tree cards, which were essentially where were they? Let's show them off. Oh, they're not there anymore. It was like basically 2D trees like this, but in a cross, like you'd see on the old stuff. So, yes, Undertale Yellow's portion was Snowdin. Yeah, Yellow's portion would have been really great to have on here, but let's try this, right? The idea is that I'm going to try making hills out of this. I know you'll figure it out. I'm hoping, literally, that I can just... Even if it's not the same, if I can just do, like, fake hills. It's hard to tell because the lighting... The idea was that I'd be able to make, you know, like, fake rolling hills using that, but because it's all white, it's hard. Like, is there any... Yeah, there's... Because the idea was to do this. Look. I was literally just going to start placing these around the place. Because that would have literally been the easiest way. And then just maybe dot the hills with stuff, but... See, because you can't even have those. Like, there's that massive empty area that has potential to have stuff in it, and it's... I know some people are going to be like, dude, just suck it up and just take the L. But it's like, no, come on. I've worked so hard on doing just this bit. Just when I had everything, like, great, like, all the details were coming along, it was looking great, I had Hotland all set up, I had everything else done, and Snowdin's the one challenge that I can't seem to beat. I actually had a similar situation too long ago. I had to use a transparent segment to make it work. But it had to be in 2D form. It's like... I wonder if there were... Like, if I do a sphere for the geometry instead of a flat thing, whether that would work if I just do, like, 24 sphere, right? And I put the perfect snow on that. And then we just go like this, right? If I can just smooth that, because I need at least hills. Like, I'll take the L if I can get hills with, like, this. Like, basic spheres that I can then mess around with. And just manipulate into, you know, like, trees, as long as they kind of show up like that. Because then what I can do is I can put, like, a couple of these dotted around the geometry. It won't look amazing, but at least give me some 3D depth, because I need that. Ah! Come on. The problem is, it's the snowman. The snow really whiffs it. The only other way I could think of doing it would literally just be doing the cliffs here. Like, it would be a case of doing the same thing here and just having this be, like, dotted around, but it would have to be so random because of how low poly this is. Oh. The problem is, when you get to certain points, it breaks everything. The only other thing I can think of is literally try and do like a 2D card that goes around in a semicircle and just fakes the tree line. Like, if I tried to do that, pretty much like those, I just do that a couple of times, then maybe it won't be too bad. Let's try 14. Actually, I won't need to do 14. I can just do a card like that and just see whether that works. Less snow, make bigger flakes. It could work. Oh no, the effects. The effects are fine. It's more just the... Like, for instance, trying to put stuff down and then have it look decent in 3D is just rough. Like, here now, if I'm going to put that down, it just needs to look decent. Like, maybe it's just a case of faffing around with the tree line a bit here. Playing around with it, just to see if I can get any sort of shape out of it. Like, if I can do something like that just to imply depth, like from there, that wouldn't be too bad. guess, how did I do the other one? I don't even think I went too crazy with it. I just kind of let it do its own thing. If I brought yellow back in there, I could potentially fake that, or just at least the overall look of it. This is so freaking annoying right now. Yellow. Where is the reference? I'll put that like there. I love the way I've got Frisk down there as well, somewhere. There. This is literally the only way I can think about this, is just putting the card in front and then just trying to trace the same sort of like area that yellow inhabits, and then just have that be its thing. You know, it's like round here we just kind of do this, make it really rough. This is gonna look really stupid. Right? So if I do that, and then just go like that. UV unwrap. Where the hell is the other segment? Change that, rotate it 90. Then we do that. Yeah, even that looks like really stupid. Because you can see, obviously, I'd have to edit the turns and everything, but you can see way too much there. Like, even trying to level it would be a pain. I'm gonna need to, like, potentially rethink this. Because I figure I at least need a couple of height levels, and then just go off that and mess around. Because I need height levels that are like this, but there, really, to add some sort of detail. This just sucks so much. Seriously. No, I'm going to call it because it's way too late for me to be up. Thank you, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you on the next one. Bye!